God put their effort on serving the church and sometimes focus less on their well-being. The Confederation of Pentecostal Evangelical Ministries, being led by Pastor Kyazze Micheal from the Omega Healing Center, has come up with a strategy to help bishops who have served for long in the ministry to find their new homes.
The meeting, it's a partnership and fundraising meeting. COP as an organization, umbrella organization, has earmarked 4 areas where we feel we need to put our strength this year. Last year we began on a program helping those men of God who are retiring and they do not have housing. It is a shame that people who have served us, and we would say the first wave of Pentecostalism, they have come to the age of 80 and 70, and after 40 years of faithful ministry to their people, it is sad to say that our ministers are aging away in small one-roomed houses, and some of them in small huts where they are dying with their grandchildren around them in a single room, a single tent, grass thatched house. And we believe as COP that it's time for us to rise and help our ministers retire in a more respectable way, with at least a house for them to stay in and a house which is comfortable.
This is all about love. Love is the agape love of Christ, which embraces all. Now, the Confederation of Pentecostal and Evangelical Ministries has come up with a love hand, a hand that is reaching out to all of Uganda in order to bring the church together, okay, and transform the community. And they have now started with the leadership, the church leadership, especially those who have been involved in evangelical work. Bishops, pastors, some of these people, they laid the ground, the foundation, and we continued with the work as evangelicals. Those who preach Christ crucified, risen, and now glorified. So we see that a group of ministers coming together under Bishop Micheal so that they may help to advance the gospel, beginning with the leaders who have retired, those who have grown in age, and now they have retired because they don't have the zeal and the strength of a young pastor. But when they retired, they have squalid conditions, probably where they live, the houses in which they live, the cars which they drive, the clothes which they wear. And so this confederation, out of the love of Christ, they want to reach out and give these men of God, these fathers of ours, a good place to live.
Of God who have turned 80 are the first generation leaders of the Pentecostal churches. These are pioneers who gave themselves and their life, first of all, to secure property and addresses for churches. So they gave their prime life to buying land, building buildings, which after they have grown and the ministry has grown, leads them to be voted off the premises, voted out of what is now referred to as the church house. And they wake up to the fact that they did not build what they would call their own house. They build a house for the church, and on retirement, they do not have housing. So we are catering for that challenge by encouraging all our leaders to, at least as they are building houses and churches and securing land for churches, they remember to at least build a 2-roomed house for themselves to retire to when the church has phased them out.
Apart from helping their fellow ministers, COP team is also aiming at rehabilitating the youths who are being affected by social media and drugs.
On ground, we also followed the report which is saying 23% of those below 18 need psychiatric help. We have realized through counseling that children are either high on drugs and are hooked on alcohol and they need help. Also, social media has affected the minds of our people and we are looking at people who are not only involved in cyber crimes, but are also hooked on pornography, and also are hooked on what we would call cyber witchcraft. We are earmarking these places, all areas, to be areas of ministry. And so we are beginning an awareness campaign, which we want to take to the 30 regions or 32 regions of Uganda. And as you have heard in this meeting, we want to build a rehab center where young people who are on the extreme of this addiction can be isolated and given proper mental rehabilitation to restore their senses.
Bishop Kyazze says their vision is to build 10 houses with a target of 20 million per house, mental health well-being, education, water and sanitation, food and nutrition for the needy. This is Naguja Serena.